Okay, hello, hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Aphrodite, and this is Aphrodite's House. I talk about all things metaphysical, esoteric, healing. I believe in giving the community all of the tools, not just the spiritual or the occult, but the physical. So, firm believer in doing what's best for you, taking all avenues, putting everything together to exist where we need to exist. So, today's topic of conversation is actually end of the year expansion, which is great because retrograde, things coming back around for us to complete them, understanding karmic cycles, releasing them, and just agreeing in general that we're not going to take them into the new year. Yeah. So if you're, my room is a mess, by the way. I am organizing, packing, and just creating in general. So kind of a mess over here. I apologize. But if you're anything like me, towards the end of this year, you've been asked to really assess who you've let into your energy, why you've let them into your energy, and whether or not it's really time to move forward. Not in a malicious way either. Some friends have to go. It could be family, it could be anything. A lot of us are getting ready to enter into a massive just period of expansion, great expansion. It could be like mental expansion, meaning that you clear out some of that trauma that's been taking up space in your head and you're making room for something else. It could be actual physical expansion, and you can't take the old with you. And so we're really being called to assess what and whom we allow into our lives. Just quickly here, I was shuffling, and the card that came out is crystals and amplification, which is so great. This is in my shamanic medicine deck, obviously, but this card pretty much talks about connecting with crystals, amplification, which is great because that's a form of expansion. I am going to look in the book though, just to make sure that I can give you everything. Working with crystals will enhance your spiritual connection you have with a natural understanding of the mineral kingdom. Study the use and properties of crystals. Use crystals for journeying and healing work. Set the crystal clear intentions to achieve your goals. So, helping magnifying your healing abilities, connecting you better with source. This might be especially good if you're trying to figure out who or what you need to clear to make room for those more physical expansions. What's great about this is that I was literally just talking about it being mental expansion. And of course, we love when source, God consciousness, aligns with everything aligns. It's just so great. This is a really delicate time, so try to be easy on yourself. Try to be more nurturing towards yourself. Try to be more understanding towards yourself. You're going to need to give yourself a lot of grace because you're going to be entering into your villain era, so to speak. And you're going to have to be really firm. And it might hurt to have to be firm because you're so used to being soft. You're so used to being nurturing and giving to everyone but yourself. And, as I've talked about in maybe like the last two videos, that's kind of the problem. That's kind of the problem that a lot of us are being pulled out of, right? We can't receive, we can't be in this period of great expansion if we don't release, if we don't learn to give back to ourselves or allow others to give to us, allow others to nurture us. Really step back from that mothering role, so to speak. Really step back from that, I almost want to say Empress energy, because that she is very nurturing, very motherly. Her energy, her aura, everything about her is, beautiful, creative, positive, glowing. But you don't want to step back from the positive, glowing, creative aspect of it, just the more motherly, familial, I will take care of you, I will make sure you're okay aspect of things. You need to take a couple steps back and allow someone else to kind of fill that role, and really just make sure that you're okay for once. And that's what this period of expansion is really going to be for a lot of people. It's going to be about removing people who make us feel comfortable and allowing more people into our lives who make us uncomfortable. Because when we sit with our friends, family, whomever, who allow us to feel safe, secure, and 100% comfortable, then we have no reason to shift and to move and to change. So we are entering a period where that is going to change. But my son just walked in the door, so I'm going to check up on that, and yeah, I'll be back. So my suggestion at this point in time is to sit your friends and family down and make sure that you have that very respectable conversation. It's not about you. It's not about anything you did. It's not about the friendship drifting apart. It's not about the family dynamic drifting apart. Whatever it is, it's about moving to the next phase of my life, and I'm being asked to move in a particular kind of way. I feel like as long as you're honest about it and you're respectful about it, then there's really no need. There's no need for drama, speculation, this, that, and the other thing. I'm more of a blunt honesty type of person now. I don't really tiptoe around people's feelings anymore. I can't really afford to. Time is very precious. You shouldn't be doing it either. Time is very, very precious. So just do what is necessary in order to enter into your expansion period, because it's going to be so important. And when you enter into that period, it's going to be so life-changing. It's going to be so life-changing because you're finally going to start to get into a different flow, into a different flow of things. And as I'm talking about this, spirit is kind of showing me this boat, and it seems like it was on like rocky waters. It seemed like it was on rocky waters, but now it's kind of like it's the image is shifting to someone who's like parasailing, so like enjoying going with the, you know what I mean, just really enjoying going with the flow, being in that energetic deep connection. It's totally unfazed and just really enjoying those moments, really enjoying that moment. My goodness, this is like so happy. But source is like, you only get it when you learn to be uncomfortable. It's that level of being comfortable that's keeping you complacent. And that's what we're trying to remove you from. Yeah. So if you meet someone who's trying to teach you something new and your body's kind of going against it, or you're going against it, or, just sit and listen. Sit and listen and focus. They might have been, a divine teacher who's meant to teach you something. It doesn't necessarily have to be a spiritual lesson or an occult type lesson. It could be the most mundane, what you consider to be mundane lesson on the planet. But it will hold significance, and it could be life-changing for you. And it could be like a piece to the puzzle, So yeah, just remember that. I have been introduced to one of my greatest teachers who I will meet in this lifetime. And I have to say, I've been fighting my teacher every step of the way, in the sense that I've just been really emotional about the concept of change. Don't get me wrong, I've been applying the lessons. It's like the old me and the new me are duking it out in my mind. And that's where that issue comes in. You can't fully step into the new essence until the new version of you essentially knocks out KO's the old version, right? So they're duking it out, and I'm accepting that there are steps I'm gonna have to take in order to assist her in knocking the old me out, knocking the old me out and phasing her out. So one of my things was getting on camera and really just talking about these things. I'm always really concerned about how I look, and I'm always really concerned about how I'm going to be perceived by my audience. And Source pretty much just told me that it's not for me to judge. Do what I can to make myself feel good about myself, but the message is the message, and I'm just here to deliver it, so it doesn't really matter. The person who it's meant for, the tribe who it's meant for, the people, the individuals, they'll find it. They'll find it, and they'll relate to it, and they'll know what to do with the information. But that's all I have to say in this video. I will be making another video soon talking about what it's like to work with your higher self, when you put working with your higher self first, actually, because this has been like a 2 to 3 week process where I have actually put working with my higher self first, just to kind of see the different results, not only in terms of divination and connection, and how going from my higher self directly to Source is, instead of going from, you know, my higher self through to my ancestors, then to try to get to Source, because your higher self is your direct connection to Source. So you kind of want to nurture that relationship. So that'll be in my next video. But for now, this is what I've got in this video. If you want to book a reading with me, my email is in the description box below. All of my links are in the description box below. Please like this video if it was helpful. If you're going through the same things, it helps me to know that this is the type of content that I should keep creating, and the type of lessons that I should keep sharing. It's just really helpful, especially because YouTube tends to be finicky with views. Yeah, also just let me know how it's going for you, how the shifts and changes and the feelings of expansion are going for you. Yeah, but I'll see you in the next one.